how Boys Brunch even started. Because a lot of people have asked me like, yo, what is Boys Brunch? How did it start? Very good question. So let me first of all state how it started. And it actually started by a bunch of girls just going out. Like the wives went out like as a brunch. And I was like, oh, that's cute. You know, you guys going out. It's cute. That's what girls do. And I think it was in Emerson that I said, yo, guys, why the hell can't we go out as guys? You know, I think this was pandemic as well. I think this was like, and you know, pandemic, everywhere was closed apart from Florida. Florida was not closed. They said Florida was closed. No, we stay in the streets in Florida. So I think this was like October, November of 2020 that we went out. And we went to, at the time, sorry, I shouldn't say at the time. We went to Barita. I remember the first Boys Brunch. We went to Barita. It was about 7 of us. I'm not sure if you were there. Remy, I know you were there. Barita. I think you were there. Possibly. I know David was there. I know Reese was there. Fabian was there. No, you weren't there at that time. And we went to Barita. And it was a great time. And you know, every time we go out, we always meet a set of girls. I don't know what happened to those girls that we met that actually took pictures with us. And then they took our picture and then they came in the picture because I have it, but I don't know what ever happened to them. But you know what? Big up if you're listening. Can't remember your names, but yo, big up yourself. And I think we went to oh god, Rhythm and Vine.
Rhythm and Vine.
Rhythm and Vine, right?
Yeah, I wasn't there.
Yeah, I went to Rhythm and Vine after, and I think it was a good. It was a good time, you know. I think it was a time because it's, you know, the pandemic. Everyone was at home. Everyone was chilling. It was a time to get out, socialize as men, chat crap that men chat, and just have a good time. And then what happened? I think we had a next one. I think the next one was
YOLO.
YOLO was big. Okay, so a lot of us went to YOLO. I think everyone here.
I think YOLO was over 50.
No, not you. Yeah, YOLO was pretty big. We went to YOLO. I remember we took a picture and it was dope. It was like a really great vibe. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yo, this could actually be a thing. And then I remember we were talking about, I think what I remember having a discussion, I think I created a WhatsApp group. Then we had a discussion about, yo, like, what's up with these people wearing gallery department? I'm like, yo, we should put Boys Brunch department on a shirt or Boys Brunch Inc. on a shirt. And she was like, yo, that's fire, bro. That people would wear that. I'm like, you think so? Yeah. And then what happened is that we started to get like, what we're doing now is what we have been doing for years. Like this talking randomly. So we're like, yo, all these podcasts are starting. All these Instagram lives are starting. Yo, why we don't do this?
Yeah.
And it just happened. And that's what I love about us. It feels
so natural.
Exactly.
So organic.
It's so organic, you know what I'm saying?
It's funny because we started in a time where everybody's like defund podcasts and, you know, get rid of the podcast. You know,
is it defund podcasting? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's kind of the wave right now, just because of the content that's coming out though.
The quality of the
content.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of the topics, a lot of the, you know,
I feel it.
The views are
They're chasing clickbait.
Yeah.
I feel it. Yeah, I mean, so for us, I wanted us to be a bit different. I wanted us to talk about like topics that men find it hard to talk about. Because I think like it's necessary. I keep on saying there was actually one clip that we did right there at that table right there. I remember basically if we can impact at least one person's life positively, you know, that's exactly what I want to do. It's worth it to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and one of our Instagram lives that we did, we spoke about mental health. That was a huge topic too.
Yeah, exactly.
Very huge topic, and something that was necessary for us to touch on, you know, especially as men. And that's the type of content that we would want to create, right? Things that are, you know, difficult for men in general to discuss.
Yeah, for sure.
The other piece of it that you didn't touch on yet that I thought was a huge part of why I've always been supportive of the conversation was just the community, right? Like what we naturally have as friends, like not a lot of people have that in their life. So being able to create that and have people be able to be a part of it through the conversations or the lives or the podcasts or any of the future events, like for me, that's a huge one because I've never met anyone in my life that has a network that we have as friends.
Right.
That's a fact. You know, most of the guys I've known for over 20 years. But there's some that I'm just known for like less than 5.
Yeah.
I've known Pan for less than 5. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people say, yo, no new friends.
That's not that good.
That is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all.
I really don't agree with it. Like, I can't understand that concept. Like,
Put it this way, if you were, you know, in a bad place when you were younger, let's say you weren't the best friend, right?
right.
And you've matured, you've learned your mistakes and you've grown as an individual, and you meet somebody new at that point in your life, that person sees you for who you are today. Sometimes people see you as that bad person for the rest of your life. People that knew you back in the day. Does that make sense? So why not have the ability to meet people, you know, as you grow through life? I think it's a good thing, you know? So
No, facts.
saying don't make no sense to me.
And then with friendship, you have some friends that you were close to them like 20 years ago, and now
You know,
you just drifted apart. You know, you've grown, you've matured, you started to do certain things. They've started to do certain things.
yeah.
And it's just, you and them, it's not on the same wavelength anymore, which is fine, you know. So it's just, you know, who you and that person can, how you guys relate and how the bond is just, you know, organically good. And the vibe is just naturally feels good.
And I think that's why we attract people that are like us, that are cool. Like, as you said, Pan,
Stu.
Stu, you know what I'm saying? It's like we're like a big cloud, and as we go, we just gather more and more in, you know what I mean? So,
But even when we go out, it's the same thing. Like people see our energy when we're out.
Yeah.
And that's why every time we go out, we meet new people.
yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, forget it. I'm not gonna say no homo. We are good looking black men. You know what I'm saying? So when we go out, we attract attention. You know what I'm saying? And people see that. And when they see the vibe as well, they're like, yo, these guys are really like, you know?
I think that's what people appreciate the most.
Yeah, the vibe.
We just go out and we vibe, and people are like, yo, these guys really enjoy life.
What's funny is like, recently someone told me that they see that our group, they feel like some of our group, you know, is kind of hype.
Hype.
And like, you know, we know each other. I don't think any of us hype. You know what I'm saying? I don't really see it like that. So
Hype in what sense though?
I mean, they just use the term hype. So
Okay.
that's the best I can give you.
Hype as in, well, we're hype. We're hype as in fun.
I was going to say,
Hype work.
I don't think none of us hype on anybody, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I have moments when I know I can be.
I need that person to define the type of hype that they're talking about, you know?
Hey, if you wanna just say what we're doing and that's hype, just
Yeah.
please mention below.
Expand, please.
Yeah.
I think we're pretty downstairs.
I'm okay for feedback. I mean, feedback makes us grow as a group, so that's no problem.
But growing up, I mean, hearing the term hype, I feel like we're far from that. So.
Nah, I don't think we're hype. But you know what? That's someone's perception of us, then that's someone's perception of us. But I think we have a good friendship, you know, we have a good brotherhood. Yeah, we just vibe together, you know. Even the other night when we was at
Yeah,
Bianca's party, it was a good vibe, it was a good energy, you know what I'm saying? Like and the thing is, we show up for people. So let me just say this, like, I initiated this whole Boys Brunch thing, but we have people behind the scenes. Big up Reem, big up Stu. We have people that are in the Boys Brunch that always come out support. I have people that buy the shirts on Spotify and they're not even in the group. Big up Phil. Big up Gerald.
And we have
Enough
people that
respect.
are part of Boys Brunch and live in respective cities.
Exactly.
States, you know?
Yeah,
Different
yeah.
states.
Big up Fabian. Big up Peter.
As time goes, the goal is
I
to.
just want to run that back that the shirts are on Shopify and not Spotify. You can't listen to the shirts yet.
Oh yeah. My bad. I think I said Spotify. Yeah, so I said Shopify.
You guys know what he meant.
But you know what I meant. But respect for that. But it's a community that we're trying to build, and that's exactly what we're trying to build. We're trying to build a movement of, even if it's not related to Boys Brunch, or even if I can help you in some way, I'm down to helping you. If you want me to post something for you, I'm down for that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think as people, we are very afraid of asking for help. You know what I'm saying? I myself was afraid of asking for help, and I've grown out to that. Like, we have a community. Use it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All other cultures use their community. The Indians use their community. The Jewish community is there, and they support each other.
Mexicans.
Exactly. All of these communities use each other. And I hate to say, I don't want to say black people, but you know what I'm talking about. Our community needs to help each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if we can do that, then let's do that.
Genuinely and authentically.
Exactly. Not looking for not looking for something out of it, just doing it to help each other, lift up each other. And that's, at the end of the day, that's exactly what I want to do. I want to lift up my people. You know what I'm saying? I don't want anybody to stuck in their ways. If I can help anybody, I can help anybody.
Lift up people in general.
Yeah, just lift up people in general. You know what I'm saying?
That's the goal.
I always have to lift up people. So,
do you think this is a shift to what Jamaican culture typically is? Like, because you named out some different cultures just now. You said the Mexicans, you said the Haitians. I said the Haitians. Mm-hmm. No one mentioned Jamaicans.
You know what's funny? I was speaking to Dante yesterday about, you have a little Haiti, but you don't have a little Jamaica. Why is that? Like, why is there not a street where you have Jamaican establishment, Jamaican companies, like this along the street of like Miramar or Pines, and there's so many of us here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I feel like growing up,
Toronto has a little Jamaica.
Yeah, we don't. And we don't have a little Jamaica here.
But back in the day, I think they used to classify Miami as Kingston 21. Like, some people used to call it Kingston 21.
But what does that mean though?
Yeah, I mean, officially we don't have a street.
Yeah, that means that Jamaicans live here, but how are we?
There's no acknowledgement locally.
Yeah, how are we building the Jamaican?
So basically what they're saying is that we need like a place that's dedicated to Jamaicans here. Like we have Calle Ocho, which is basically Cuban like businesses and shops and everything that's going on there.
How do you create those types of events?
Create it. Let me tell you how you do it. Right? Exactly. You create it with. You have to start. If I remember there's a movie, I can't remember what it's called. If you build it, they will come. Yeah. That's always what I would say. Field of Dreams, right? If you build it, they will come, bro. You have to start that. You have to initiate that flame, and then that flame turns into a fire.
Okay, let's build it.
You know what I'm saying?
As friends, we're gonna do it. But what I'm saying is I don't know if you guys are sidestepping what I'm trying to say or whatever, but it's known that even throughout different generations, that Jamaicans seem to be in competition versus trying to help one another.
That's definite. And I don't think that's a Jamaican thing either. I think it's a Caribbean thing. Yeah, I think it's a Caribbean thing. Okay,
we don't authentically do things for others without
looking back for something in
it. Without your hand getting scratched back. Yeah, right. And here's the thing, I get it. All of us come from nothing at some point in our family tree. We get it, right? But the piece for me that I agree with KB is just like, it gets to a point where like. We talked about it on the live. No, was it on the live or was it just with Stu the other day? About the mentorship and the entrepreneurship, right? For me, until you start seeing breakthroughs in that area where it's not impacting people's personal money, and like when we start to give back in ways through that, then it'll start to happen. But if businesses aren't even creating those types of environments for people, how do we expect the private community to do it in their own money? You know, because businesses don't invest in us at a high level. Yeah. And I'm okay to say that because it only really shifted since the George Floyd, where it is so openly talked about now and people have budgets to go after things to create a shift in that world. But the reality is it's still 3 years old, right? People have been fighting for stuff in the States for 50 years and they still don't have it nice, you know? So it's really hard, man.
What I will say is greed is a hell of a thing. And, you know, I think you should want to share your knowledge, right? Share what you have and watch other people grow.
Yeah.
Feed into other people. I think that's the best approach.
What's the mindset that the typical Jamaican crab in a barrel mentality?
Crab in a barrel mentality.
So that has been something that has plagued Jamaican thought and culture and crab in a barrel mentality. And somebody is trying to elevate and somebody doesn't like to see that person elevate, so you pull them down.
Try to pull them down.
That need to change.
It's more of a competitive
Right.
environment versus, you know, we all go together.
I mean, look on the situation with our friend recently. He has a good establishment, and someone tried to take stuff from his truck. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's crazy.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure it's someone that he knows.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
He worked hard to build his
Yeah.
business. His business is thriving, and somebody tried to, you know, steal one of his things, and it's just very unfortunate. It could be as you said, it could be somebody that he knows.
Look, people, like, the world is a big pie. There's a piece for everyone.
There is so much place in the world for
Yeah.
all of us to be shining.
Exactly.
There is.
And we can all
Telling you.
contribute in our own way.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So,
But
Exactly.
the funny thing on that topic, and I have a slightly different perspective, is that to me, success would be to shine and create what's mine and give back without anyone ever knowing my name on my face. Personally.
but like, what do you mean, like, when you say your name in your face, though?
I get what you're saying.
I want to walk into a crowd and everyone not know who I am.
Like Skeng Dong.
Yeah.
I've never seen Skeng Dong before in my life.
I would rather nobody know who I am. I rather have no Instagram followers and be successful. Why? Because obviously there's someone that's always hungry in life and they're going to look for an easy target. And I'm going to want to go enjoy my life. I want to go back to Jamaica and be free and not have to look over my shoulder and none of that. But it's hard to be successful and have that access because the world no makes so.
But when you say you disagree, what do you mean by that? What did you disagree with?
I get what he was saying. What he's saying is that he wants to do good in the world without people knowing who he is.
Yeah, I get that point.
Basically.
But like, what I'm saying, like, disagree with
Because
that part.
most people only look to do that once they've made it and they've established themselves and they're like a prominent figure. For me, I don't want that. I would rather do that as an unknown character in the
I agree with that.
That's fair.
Right.
That's fair. So, however you do it, that's...
Everybody wants the fame.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need the fame.
Not everybody obviously, you don't want the fame, which is... I don't particularly want the fame as well, but my thing is... I want to... As I keep on saying about Boys Brunch, that one of the slogans is inspires continuous creativity. And I should add on to that. Inspire continuous creativity amongst all. Because when I think you have that, you're thriving. Even if you're creative and it doesn't work out, at least it's a lesson that you've learned. Okay, this particular thing didn't work out for me, but you know what? It's an L, but the L is actually not a loss, it's a lesson. You know what I'm saying? So what I go on to say is that I want people to push themselves. You know what I'm saying? Not to stay in the box that they're in. I want to see people push themselves. And if there's something I can do for them to enable that to happen, by all means, I'll do that. Look on this guy. This guy doesn't like public speaking. Remember the first time we did an Instagram live with this guy? This guy was nervous. He came in here, better take a shot. He was so nervous. Look at him now. You know what I'm saying? Like even this has helped him like be more comfortable as a public speaker, you know what I'm saying? And you don't know where that could lead to for him. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like this is an analogy for it, right? Like sports. You know, there's different positions on each team, but they're all thriving for one goal, right? And then you'll have the people that separate themselves to become starters, and then you have the role players as well, right?
Yeah.
So everybody will find them place in the equation is how I see it. You know what I'm saying? End of the day. So
I have a quick question for you, KB.
Yeah.
We kind of touched on like where we came from and like what's there for us right now, but where do I see us? Where do you see us? Captain.
Ultimate goal.
Captain.
Hey. You know what? I see it like I've always said that Boys Brunch is a movement, and I know that we all want to do individual things, and I'm here for that movement to help you guys inspire to do those individual things. As it relates to Boys Brunch, I want a champagne bottle. I see that Rick Ross has a Belair thing. I want a champagne bottle that says Boys Brunch Inc.
Okay.
I want to do something like a dinner in blanc. I want to bring creatives together. Creatives in terms of the different industries. I want them to bring together, network, collaborate, and make amazing things together. Regardless of what culture they come from. You know, we are all black people. Yes, I know that. But at the end of the day, I want to contribute to the world. I don't want to contribute just to the Jamaican diaspora or the Caribbean diaspora. I want it to be everyone. So at the end of the day, what I see Boys Brunch Inc. being is a place where people can come together and be creative. And it might sound very like paintbrushy over like a wide span of people, but I think it can be done. Obviously I also want to give back. I want to give back to the community that I come from. The community I come from, we all are from Jamaica, right? I mean, I was born in the UK, but I went to high school in Jamaica. So I want to give back to Jamaica. I would love to give back to the UK as well, because you guys might not know this, but there are underprivileged kids in the UK as well that I would love to help out. The same with Fort Lauderdale or Florida, because we all live in Florida. At the end of the day, I met some of y'all in Florida. So at the end of the day, and we're based in Florida. So at the end of the day, we need to also give back to our community as well, in the Florida community. So give back is a key piece in what I want to achieve with Boys Brunch. You know what I'm saying? And
so hold on before you go on. Like, I really love what you said there. There's some pieces that are really powerful.
Give me chills.
Yeah, there's one piece that I didn't hear, and I want to ask it back for you.
Okay.
Through what you have envisioned, but for yourself, what would you want to create amongst us for Boys Brunch, you know? Right? Like, when you think about, like, you're a creative in a sense, right? There's all these things around, like, bringing others together and what you want for others, but, like, what would have you look back in 5 years and be like, man, this was amazing?
That's it, bro.
No,
honestly,
for yourself.
For myself?
Yeah, because you talked about others, but you didn't really talk about, like, what would be an outcome for you that would have you feel that way. And I know you're selfless in a lot of ways for others, but that's why I'm asking it back. Like, through you and what you've accomplished.
Ooh. Hey.
Tough question.
This man's getting touchy. Okay.
It's an Oprah moment.
You know, I don't know what I want for myself. Honestly, I just want to give back. You know, I want to give back to my friends and my community. And for that, I've never really thought like, yo, what do you want for yourself? It's just giving back, you know? This whole thing that we're doing now, we're doing a podcast, someone's listening, hopefully someone can be inspired. At the end of the day, it might not be for me, but for me, that is for me. If someone
I think it's for you as well. I do think it's for you, because if you're gonna have that, you know, feeling of, you know, helping others, and then you get that self-gratification as well. It's a win for you.
That's a win for me, bro. That's a win for me. Giving back. Like, I'm not very where I want to be at career-wise, personal-wise, but giving back for me, yo, that's, I don't know, giving back to my community, my people, that's all I really want to do in that positive way, you know what I'm saying?
I fully agree with you. I feel like that's the ultimate goal for me too, right? Like, I've always seen that there's so many talented people out here, but they just don't have the opportunity. And we can go to a place where we can give them the opportunity to go out there and shine and do their thing, right? Like, I saw a video yesterday on Instagram, and it was a kid in Jamaica, and he was riding his bicycle, but his bicycle was modified, right? He had a motor that he put on his bicycle, right? So he basically created a motorcycle, right? And he's a young youth, and he's using the resources that he has to create something like that, right? And if he had a bigger platform to do what he really wanted to do, right, we would actually be able to see like his full ability. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many people in the world like that just need the chance. And if we're gonna get to a place where we're gonna help everybody, I feel fulfilled. You know?
Yeah, yo. Sometimes I guess I am really selfless because I've never really looked on and say, yo, what do you want to achieve? That's what I want to achieve. I want to help people, bro. I want to help our people because I feel like our people don't get the help. You know what I'm saying?
With that said, though, like, how you feel, Sean? What do you want for yourself?
Yeah.
For me, I'm a very private person when it comes to some of those things, right? We touched on it on the last live around like how competitive I am. But what I've learned over my career is that I rather shut up and win in silence, because some people find that when I talk about it, it comes across very arrogant versus it's just me being very passionate. And the reason why I asked KB that question before is like, there's a lot around how he talked about this in the beginning that really stuck to me, because it was things I wanted to do, but I never had the drive to create it on my own. And what I've always appreciated about KB the entire time I've known him since high school is how he was always able to keep our group together. Because we went through phases where different people were the glue that kept the group together. But KB always did it in a way that I always kind of appreciated. So when I got that kind of click, I was like, all right, I know what I can use my strengths on to support this and like what my contribution could be. Yeah. But I also know that there are moments where if anything came up, I will also just go to my competitive ways and I'll make things happen just because I know how to make shit happen. Whether it's through networks, through past life or my current career, like even some of my family, like shit, like, I bust KB on a link with my uncle for support on how we move production forward with the t-shirts. But for me, it's always, as I said, being in the background, you know, like, could I be in a different career, making a lot more money and maybe be in public light? Yes, but that's not what I want. That's not how I have fun. You all know how I like to have fun. Me, Bakari and nephew, and a party with good music and some good looking woman.
Vibes.
Yes, sir. Nah, that's true.
Vibes.
Right?
That's true.
But
What you plan?
But just to wrap up your question there, what I want out of this is aligned with what I want to do in the latter phase of my life. When I'm done with the restaurant industry, I'll retire and be a performance coach or a life coach and, you know, work remotely. Yeah. And this is in service of that. And that's a part of the future that he mentioned was like building into the mentorship and coaching stuff, right? Yeah. Like I've helped curate a mentorship program within my current organization for minority leadership, so that they have representation that they're connected with throughout the organization, and they get to connect and meet with these people before developing their mentorship relationship. Over COVID, I think I've mentored 20 people through work, and I mentor about 8 others outside of work. And that for me is the biggest part around this that I look forward to, is that piece.
Wow. Okay.
Nice. Great answer. One next person, one last person. Give their views. Pang.
So for me, as KB say, inspire continuous creativity, and it's just about continuous growth. I think sometimes we as individuals, we don't celebrate even our smallest wins. So you have to think about where you're coming from and where you are now. So irrespective of where you would like to be. So I see myself just getting better and better as time goes by. I don't, say in 10 years I want to be this, or 10 years I want to be that. Because if you think about it, as kids, when we were growing up and we went to school, I don't know if you ever say it right now, like you say, yo, when I get to 30, I want to be rich.
Yeah.
Right now, we're past our 30s and we're not rich. But guess what? We have developed. We have grown. We have learned a lot of things throughout life. And we have developed. And that's something to be appreciative of. So I think we should just focus on continuous growth, whether it's in the field that you're in or whether it's something that you want to branch out and do, What I can say is that if you're aspiring to do something or you want to do something different from what you're doing now, make sure it's something that you enjoy or something that you definitely want to do. Don't just think about the money aspect of it. Because a lot of people go in with that mindset, and then when they actually start making the money, it's not fun for them, and it becomes like more of a stressful situation than something that's supposed to be fun and, something that they enjoy doing. So just continuous growth, enjoy what you do, try to thrive in what you enjoy, and that's it.
And I think it's fine to have.
Man, for call you up because you're a liar. You're rich. And you're rich with love and family.
For real.
Memories.
Definitely.
This man is blessed.
Your yard?
Yeah.
Your yard full of richness.
Yeah.
So don't ever say that again, yo.
And I'm rich with love from just us sitting here having this conversation together. I appreciate good people around me. I appreciate good energy. I'm a person that thrive off energy. And that is what we have as a group, our friends. As KB said, I didn't know you guys for the 15, 20 years that you guys knew each other, but it's like we share that same brotherhood, that same camaraderie,
Integrate.
And it's just positive energy, positive vibes always. And we're trying to help each other out. We're trying to, inspire each other. And that I'm so thankful for that. I'm thankful for this group, because of that.
I want to call out the individual accolades and the growth as well, right? I feel like Kimani brought up earlier, public speaking is a thing that I wasn't really into, right? And I'm using this as a platform to try to help me with that, right? I'm interested to see how all the individuals in this group grow and use their abilities to help us continue to grow, right? Like Pang, we went to a party this weekend where Pang put on, him and his wife, and hats off to you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? From event planning to setting it up to the food to the MCing to getting the vibes. Like, Pang is that guy when it comes to that, right?
I was definitely not supposed to be an MC that night, but
you know what?
Where it was needed, I just did it.
Don Omar.
So everybody's going to give their piece, right? Like Remy, like you said, Stu, right? Sean, when it comes to the food and, the networking and your skill set. I'm curious to see like where we can go, because as individuals, I think that we're all talented young men.
Let me tell you,
this is the beginning of it.
This is the beginning, fam. Trust me. The sky's the limit. And I honestly, when you guys were talking, I was getting emotional because, as I keep on saying, if I'm making a positive impact on someone's lives, and I feel like I'm doing that, that's all I want Boys Brunch to do. Like, it might sound cliche, but honestly, if I'm impacting your lives positively, whether you are a listener, whether you're behind the scenes taking pictures right now, whether you're behind the scenes eating chicken wings right now, whether anyone, you know what I'm saying? Once I'm making a positive impact on your life, bro, like for me, that's exactly what I want Boys Brunch to do. We inspire continuous creativity, but at the same time, we want to make a positive impact on our community, bro. And our community is right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So, yeah.
What I will say, with that said, I think it was another good episode.
Another good episode. 30 minutes, wrap up quick,
Yeah, man, time flies.
I'll just say, if any of you who watch this ever need it, any type of mentorship or connection, reach out to us.
Yeah, send us an email, boysbrunchinc@gmail.com.
Definitely.
Send us an email, and we'll try to help you out. Honestly, that's what we're here for. Want to help out our people, whether you are black, Asian, white, whether you're a female, male, it don't matter. Whatever you are, we're just trying to help you out. All right. So big up, enough respect for listening again.
Yeah, man.
Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, because we are coming with some fire content, and we're just trying to help out people here. Bless up.
One love.
Yo.